Time can take a flight. The moment that he's with me, everything's alright. Nighttime is the right time. We make love. That is feels of my time. We take off. My baby takes the morning train. He works from 9 till 5.
Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.
The Marla and Dave radio experience begins in 3, 2, 1.
Now, if you're ready, we will begin.
Welcome to the Marla and Dave radio show. This is reality radio with a couple that keeps it real. Current events, pop culture, music, relationship, fitness, the hot topics of the day. Marla and Dave Thomas. This is the Marla and Dave radio show. Real radio. Turn up!
Welcome to the Marla and Dave show. You know what? We have our resident co-host in the building, Miss Layla Hathaway. Can we get some?
You have to say 2-time Grammy Award winner.
Well, we were going to get to all of that because
you know. For you. This is now the Christy Love show.
We were gonna say that. Can we mute her mic? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we've also got the lovely Jan Shiva here. We've got
thank you,
Christy, Crystal, Christy Love, Chrissy.
Whatever you want to call me.
Criddle.
They call me all these in the streets.
Critty Bang Bang. We call it Bang Bang.
Bang bang, pretty tang.
Bang.
And we also have another she's becoming a regular as well. After you come here for one time, I'm gonna call you a regular.
Yes.
We got Rocky in the house. Raquel.
Hey, Rocky.
Hi. Layla, I'm gonna talk to Hal and see if we can some kind of way. I need an alternate tag. I need a new piece that is it doesn't say welcome to the Marla and Dave show. It says welcome to the Marla and Layla show, because she's like, now people are like requesting Layla. It's so much love. It's awesome.
I feel love.
So let me back up. We have our lovely co-host, a Mad Family favorite, 2-time Grammy winner. Thanks, Christy.
Yes.
Yay!
Thanks,
Thank
Christy.
you.
I say that every single
I appreciate
time
it.
I call her.
Give me my credits.
On the phone?
Oh, I say, hey, Layla. 2-time Grammy Award winner. How you doing?
I've changed that in my phone. In my phone, she's listed as Layla Hathaway. Grammy. Like the
2 times. She
icon.
calls me 2 times.
That's 2-time.
Well, you know what's super cool? This is like friend fan fun.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's friend fan fun.
Love it.
Is what it is. All right, so let me get on with what we do. My first topic, believe it or not, whether you were sitting in that seat or not, is to discuss Layla's epic live recording.
Oh my goodness! I should have worn my T-shirt.
Layla, can I?
Too? Yes, I do.
Is there Jan? I don't either. So for now we'll wait in line. It's worth waiting in line. I'm gonna wait in line.
Yes.
What's y'all size?
Yes.
Small? I'm going to bring y'all some
I was
smalls.
just gonna ask
Thank
you
you.
if it's possible. This in the Layla Hathaway store? Is there some type of bra or nipple pasty?
We don't, no. We don't
Nothing?
have any. We don't do pasties anymore. No.
No,
Anymore.
No.
Ma
They're
discontinued it.
Ma discontinued the pasties.
Ma canceled the pasties on us. Anyway, so Layla, you did 2 shows in one night.
2.5 hour shows.
Yes.
At
in
the
one
Troubadour.
night. At the Troubadour, where my father recorded his live album in 1971. Awesome.
And it was, let me just say this. I was there for the second show. There were so many emotions. There were people there were tears in the room.
Yes.
That's so good.
Yes.
Yes. I was there for both. And my mom she's going to kill me, but she's not the most emotional. She was like, Layla, what's that song you sing with your daddy? It makes me cry. And I was like looking in the back. My mom was smiling. She's so poker faced, and she was smiling and laughing and dancing. Yeah.
Well, I do know that even though I was trying to hold it down I was a second tier security. You did come rushing past me. I was gonna tackle you, but you were running up to the stage to get your dance on, and I don't stand in the way of that because Jan, I didn't have a T-shirt. So
No.
So I could get hurt at the same time. You would have done you would have stepped back too, don't you think?
I don't know. I'm kind of tiny. I think I would have kind of like tried to grab her ankles or something.
A little one. Oh, she's
Yeah.
gangsta.
I'm tiny, but I'm fast.
A little clip, a little
So am
clip,
I.
push and run.
Dang it.
Anyway, so it was really an epic show.
It really
Thank
was.
you very much.
Everything from the visual, the legends that were there in the house.
Oh my God.
Let's give a shout out Anita Baker, Patty LaBelle,
Saida Garrett.
Saida Garrett,
Lettucey was there.
Dietrich Haddon.
Yes. Erica Campbell.
the Campbells.
Wow.
and Warren
B-Slade.
Campbell.
Yes.
I told Erica,
Angie
I said, I
Fisher
watch your
came.
show. I feel like you my cousin. She started laughing. I was
Yeah.
like,
Wait,
you too,
wait.
Warren?
My thing is, my invite got lost because I wasn't famous enough.
No, it was out
Everyone
there.
had an invite, but I feel so bad because I'll never be able to play for all the people I really want to.
Right.
And I was advertising every day for months, and some people still managed to say, I thought Faith Evans called me and said, is your show tonight or last night?
Oh,
And I'm so
When, yesterday?
sad
She
because
called
I really
yesterday?
wanted to see her and I wanted her to come sing. And people are so busy and doing stuff.
Can
you
we
know?
Can we mute Christy's mic again?
Chrissy's
She's at it
trouble.
again.
That's
I
why
am
she's called
trouble.
Bang Bang.
Bang, bang. I like it. You see me bobbing in my seat right now when I say bang, bang. Okay.
Well, Layla, we have to file. I can't even let this go without finding out. For those, it's no way that everyone could be in the house. As a matter of
Right.
fact, what you didn't know is when I got there, I was told by Jermaine that I received the very last actual ticket
Oh, wow.
at 10:30, and the street was packed.
Yeah.
People
I
were
mean, it
not
was
happy.
packed. There was
Yeah.
lines
Yeah.
and droves of people, and I was like, okay.
It was incredible. I mean, we lost part of the floor because of the cameras. That was first of all.
Okay.
And I'm so sad for the people that didn't get in. I hope they will come see me next year. It'll be much cheaper.
Or buy the DVD.
Or buy the
And
DVD.
that's what I was gonna
Or
ask you.
buy
When will the DVD be available?
Hopefully, top of fall. That's what I
Okay.
hope. But the energy was so crazy that night. To imagine, all I could think of was in 1971. What was it like when Daddy played here? Were the people lined up on the street? What was it like? What were people feeling like in the room? And to know I was a part of that legacy was really incredible.
And my mother remembers that, by the way.
Amazing.
That's what she remembers about the
Mimi?
Troubadour. She
Oh,
said,
wow.
"Oh my goodness, I used to go there and see Donnie."
Oh, amazing. She never told me that. Mimi ate Mexican
Mimi's-
food with us yesterday and did not even tell
You know
me
why?
that she saw my daddy at the Troubadour.
Because she's trying to transition from fan to friend. See, you got to give her credit.
She's
trying
my
to,
Mimi.
She didn't want to. Yeah, she didn't want to be all up in your guacamole.
Oh.
So she. Anyway, so there you go. We'll keep our eye out, and of course, as family of Marla and Dave, we'll keep you updated on when
Thank
we
you.
can actually get the live
Yeah.
DVD.
You can pre-order it still at LaylaHathaway.com or PledgeMusic.com/Layla Hathaway.
Okay.
You'll have
So
it
you
first.
heard that.
You'll
You
have
heard it straight
first.
from her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma'am, you heard that? No.
She got it
Heard it
down.
now, so
That
I
ain't
heard
fair.
it.
That ain't fair.
But you know what? It's not as good as seeing it live. So
It's true, and I like to play live, so come anytime. You have
But
you
it's
have an open invitation. Come see me next time I'm in town.
Hey, and
Absolutely.
can
I'll
I get
take
a
care of
t-shirt
you.
and a t-shirt?
And I get you a t-shirt
Thank
too.
you.
Yes.
We're bringing the pasties back. Remember that.
Yes.
Oh.
Lexi, our daughter, it's done. It
Yay! Woo!
is
Empty
Graduation is going down. Okay, I didn't say that.
nest. No. Oh.
Yeah,
Sorry.
don't make me cry at the end of this. I'm joyous.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
she's done.
Is
yeah.
that a sad thing? I'm
No,
not a parent. I
no,
don't-
she's
the empty-
graduating, but
Yeah.
we don't. She doesn't have a
She
job
still
just yet,
does that,
so
okay.
she's coming back home just
She
for a
will.
minute.
Okay,
Oh no,
got
she
it.
Just
is.
for a moment.
She is. But the point is that no one seems to be leaving the nest. We were saying the last week.
So you're crying because you want your
Well,
nest
yeah,
to be empty.
I kind of do. And we have those little birds that they have in Hawaii that fly in a circle and hit the window and land on the porch. And you feel so sad that they're lame and wounded. You let them in.
Oh, and they done
Not
brought new
lame
birds.
and
I'm like,
wounded.
wow, that little bird looks like his thing is this Nemo.
Oh,
Little
no.
fish. I'll throw in and give it some water. Anyway, and next week, and by the way, look out. I'm going to be posting on all my social media sites. We're starting the MaD Fitness Reboot
Yes.
with my friend, the trainer, Sam.
Nice.
Nice.
Sam and I are doing a MaD Fitness Reboot, and the tag I want to give you starting May 1, this is your last boost for summer. It's not about perfection. This challenge is about progress. How much progress can you make in a month? So you're going to be able to sign on, upload your picture. There will be a cash prize for the most improved female and the most improved male. So you'll get more information about that
That's
as we
Friday.
go on. Man, we have a loaded show today, ladies. We have a lot to talk about. It's the unofficial meeting in the ladies' room. That's what I'm calling it.
In the ladies' room.
Be back real soon.
Excuse me.
Don't pay a licensing fee.
Oops. Just go ahead and mute my mic.
That's hilarious. I was going to say, okay, we have one singer. Okay.
Just the one.
So grab your chair. Don't move. Pull up a snack. Do what you got to do. We'll be right back after this break.
You're listening to the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network. Current events, pop culture, the hot topics of the day. It's time for MaD News on the Marla and Dave radio show. Ladies and gentlemen, Marla and Dave.
Okay. As usual, I start our news series out with our news ladies. This is me also updating my lovely, I'm going to call them all co-hosts. You guys are, I'm going to call Layla's co-host and you guys are sub-hosts. How about that?
Yes, I like
Well,
that.
I don't like the
that.
sub.
You don't want to be you're a
that's
co-host.
before-
Isn't you?
She's a teacher.
Can I be a
That's below.
junior host?
You want to be a junior
Like a
host.
junior
You guys are
reporter.
Okay, I'll take
Junior
junior,
host.
but not
I feel
sub.
like a junior host too,
Yeah,
actually.
junior host.
Hostess is?
How about supporting?
Supporting cast.
Supporting cast.
Supporting cast.
There
We
we
got
have
the
it.
supporting.
I like it.
No, we need to call you guys something like the
Marlettes?
The
Marlettes.
Oh, I like it.
Yes, I like that a lot.
MaD something.
Why we gotta be mad though?
Because
It's
it's
Marla and
Marla
Dave.
Dave show.
Yeah.
And
You don't like
Christy,
Marlettes?
look,
I
Christy,
thought we had our own thing going on.
let's get to the
Leave
news.
ladies
I see
alone.
now. I can't be messing with Christy. I miss all my segments.
Bang,
Fooling
bang.
with you up in here. Sad but true. Nepal, as we all know.
Oh, that's I am.
Please, I mean, these kinds of things, we never know. This could very well be us, but they were hit with the 7.9. I'm sure if you're in the world, you know, magnitude earthquake.
Yeah.
And that has just devastated that area. Thousands. I think the last count I heard was like 3,600 people that
I think it rose to 4,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
That have perished. So let's keep them in our prayers. If there's anything, if you're looking to send donations for relief, I'm sure the Red Cross, there's a lot of outlets where you guys can find. Please support and keep sending your prayers.
Yes.
Ladies, are you kidding me? Is the next news segment. There were 3 young women in Russia that were arrested for twerking in front of a Russian monument. Here's the official story. It says that there's a court in southern Russia that has sentenced these 3 women to brief jail terms for making a video
How
that
brief?
showed them. I don't know how brief, but I would even imagine an hour would be too long for me. But they were shown twerking outside of a World War II monument. What do you guys think about that?
I feel like everybody should have the right to twerk where they want to. No, I'm scared.
Twerking is hot,
Okay,
yo.
no,
I'm about
but-
to.
I mean, but jail time, seriously?
Right.
That's rough. In Russia?
But no, I mean, let me tell you something. First and foremost, those Russian girls, they're a little freaky. Okay, so
That vodka.
I'm sure.
Are you sure?
Yes. Oh,
You guys are
oh,
total
you're being sarcastic right
I
now,
know.
right?
I want to know
You're
what your
being
personal
sarcastic right now.
experience is.
Okay.
She
Let me tell you
jumped
something
that
right
with.
now. I've got nothing better to do but to go on Facebook all day long, and all I see on Facebook is, these Russian girls in this dance studio, doing this twerk video, that twerk video. I'm sure you guys have seen it.
okay.
I'm sure you guys have
I
seen
have
it.
never
I
seen
actually
it.
haven't.
I haven't either.
Oh,
I'm not
then
on my Russian
I'll
twerk.
forward it to you
Vodka.
guys.
Send us
I'll
a link.
forward it to
Send
you
us a
guys.
link.
I'll send you all the links.
No, please don't.
That's the thing. So what it leads me to believe is this already a pre-existing law that they have, where it's like, if you're in public, is this now a thing of indecent
Behavior.
or
Apparently.
something like that?
I think
It's a crime.
I think it's just further degradation and oppression of women, which happens all over the world. And
Well, where was the place that they were, everyone was in trouble for singing "Happy"? There was a country.
really,
No, I'm not even kidding. It was
Probably
banned.
North Korea.
Like had.
Is it because the song eventually
You know
gets
what?
old?
I want to say if you're North Korea and you're gonna
People
send them.
just angry
Or
now
Russian.
hearing that song.
If
Or
you're
Russian.
if you're in North Korea and you're thinking about John Young sending a missile, it's Jan. I didn't say it. I'm not in
Glad
the.
you didn't say his full name. I was like,
I couldn't. Yeah, I'm not in the interview.
Young,
I'm
young,
not in it.
young, young.
no, no. You know
I'm
the
Asian
one.
too, so I get a pass.
You're Asian.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
what is your
India-
ethnicity?
Well, I'm 100% Indian,
okay.
and so
But you
know,
passed through?
well, no, India's in Asia.
Okay.
It's a huge
Marla?
part of the Asian
Yes,
subcontinent. Yeah.
Marla got
I
a
get it.
400 on her SATs.
I get it.
Where did you think India was? I'm curious now.
Down, there's a little village
Where she gets her
where like Chrissy Love said, where I get hair. Anyway, as the last one is our entertainment story.
Okay.
And I'm glad that we are almost out of time because this is going to be the topic that we start our show off on today.
Uh-oh.
I don't think there's a person alive who can see, even if you had to do captions and you're impaired, we all at least know of the Bruce Jenner interview.
I knew you were going to talk about
Yes.
that.
I have to.
I knew you were going to.
And all I have to say at this moment is wow.
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 Yes.
On a lot of levels.
Yes.
I'm going to share the rest of my thoughts when we come back from the break.
Can you handle the truth? Then get ready for a real radio experience. Ladies and gentlemen, Marla and Dave.
So, right off the bat, if you're in the audience today and I want you to answer this question, call us live. If you think that Bruce Jenner's coming out as a transgender person was bravery or was it BS? What are your thoughts? So 323-284-7826. Everybody has an opinion. We want to hear yours. All right. So let's just get into it. We have to just jump right into it.
BS
We have to. That's a question.
I mean, is it
that
because
doesn't
he's
represent.
You think that all the Kardashians are BS, or you just? I
He's
mean, he's
not
not a
even a
Kardashian.
Kardashian,
No,
yeah.
I know, but he's associated with them. So are you saying that because they're attention whores? I'm putting up the air quotes. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. What I'm saying is, and what the question would always, that was the initial statement from a lot of people.
That's
The
true.
other side of the aisle felt like anything for publicity, and now that he is getting a divorce and he's going to have his own show,
He wants to be relevant.
the question was, is this a stunt to make him relevant?
tough
exactly
road,
what Jan.
though.
Well, no, and I'll tell you something, because this is my opinion, but this is what I feel. This man was on a reality TV show, probably with the realest story ever, and
As he
nothing-
said, self-proclaimed. That's what he said.
right,
on the interview.
and you know, according to the Diane Sawyer interview and everything like that, he's been doing this, kind of thinking about it, contemplating it since the 80s. Okay, so I'm saying this. It's like,
childhood.
if you are
Well, no, but what she's saying is he started taking
The steps. Okay.
Yeah, he
yeah
started taking
hormones
this,
and
like all
things
of
of the
his
sort.
wives,
Right.
you know,
No,
so
all
so
three of his
and
wives,
I
no.
and I believe all that. I don't think that he is doing it just for the publicity. What I'm saying is, and this is where I, as a fan of reality TV, because I will admit it, Real Housewives, everything else, fan of reality TV. What I don't appreciate as a common everyday viewer is that he had such a real story that could have impacted so many people before this. And why are you now bringing it up?
'Cause he
Why
wasn't ready.
now?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
wasn't ready
I
for
think
that.
he wasn't ready.
But let me
Kevin
tell you
Hart
something.
told you.
He shouldn't be ready right now, because he's got a 17-year-old daughter that is not going to high school, dating a 25-year-old.
Child.
I mean,
Tiger Woods.
he's got problems.
Yeah, is it Tiger
He couldn't
Woods?
wait,
Or
but
Tony the Tiger.
But what I'm saying is that he couldn't wait another 6 or 7 months to make sure that his daughter was taken care of and fine before. I understand that. I
Just
think
because she's gonna be 18, she's
I don't think.
What-
that
okay,
his
but
daughter
this is.
cool
But
with
what
it?
I'm saying is that I feel that as a parent, there were other issues. His children are kind of in a crisis. Parents are getting a divorce. Again, I'm not a parent, but I would think that as a parent, he would see the immediate crisis as being, let me make sure that my children are taken care of, instead of going, I'm going to now,
Well, if
go
he's-
go
if-
to
if-
this
Hold-
and then
okay.
put this other thing on their plate
If
for
he's
them to
not
deal
taken
with.
care
Hold
of,
that thought.
he can't take care of his billionaire children. I mean, he's already been outed. We've already seen him out. And I
Yes.
think that in a way he came out to save the lives of a lot of people that might not be able to come out. But also, his wife is a genius. His soon-to-be
yeah, she-
ex-wife is a genius.
Yes.
I agree.
And so
Yes.
they took that story back and put it in their pockets. Like, let us couch this story for you and let us tell you. I think his kids are okay, whatever crisis we
Because
perceive.
Kylie's not
Yeah.
even in a high school setting, which would be maybe possibly traumatizing for if she were actually matriculating in a building with other 17 and 16
Right.
and 15
Yeah.
But she's not. She's in the world with 25-year-olds. So
Right. But
Well,
this is what I'm saying. It's that maybe that 17-year-old should be in high school, and maybe it's her father's responsibility to make sure that she does.
But can I say
matriculate.
this? But can I say this as a
Yes,
person
do it.
with children? I'm gonna say this directly, even to Jan.
Yeah.
I think that one thing we had my nephew on not too long ago, and what you don't realize is that the people who are closest to him, his children have known probably long before any of us, because what you do in your home is seen by those closest to you. There are a lot of things that people may feel about David and I publicly, but the people who know the real truth about the whole scope of everything are those three people that have been there since the day they opened their eyes.
And they caught him in the dress on the computer.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. So in other words, whatever messed up, it's not a shock. And the responsibility that he's taking for them, as which he did say that in the interview. What do you want? What would you like for us to call you? And he said, Dad. Because his responsibility is always going to be dad, the provider, the coverer, the caregiver, the dude who cashes all their $1 billion checks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's not cashing anything.
Maybe?
That would be Chris.
Million.
Yeah, that would be, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Chris is messing
so
around.
let me can because this is going to bleed into another topic that's on the same subject, the transgender children that were also on the news. There's two stories of there's a little girl who's 5. Who her parents are helping her transition, and a little girl who would like to be a boy, and he's calling himself Jacob. Born one of 3 sisters, but she does not want to. She's a boy. Mm-hmm. She's always saying, "I'm a boy." Mm-hmm. So her parents have cut her hair like a boy and allowed her to change her name, and they're gonna begin giving her hormone blockers
At 5.
Hello.
At 5.
That's a lot.
That's a lot because you're gonna be like, you let me do that, and say, you know what I mean. You're like 30, like I wanted to have kids, or you know what I mean, because you change you go through so many different stages in your life.
Like
I don't care what
you just started. You just finished learning how to color.
Yeah.
You can't even get a tattoo till you're 18 legally without somebody's consent.
I will say this. I think that gender identity is pretty much set at birth, so let's say
really
that he or she does know. Okay,
it's a sliding scale.
But I think that the problem here is the hormone therapy, because I think that when you are in the developmental stage, to then start doing hormones and to start messing with what's going on in your body, it's one thing for the parents to say, you know what, yes, I respect the fact that you see yourself as another gender.
My mother wouldn't give me an aspirin.
No,
but I do think that it's
she wouldn't. She literally she wouldn't even give us the children's Tylenol.
Right, so hormone therapy.
Yeah, it's a whole
headache up until you
she would make us have an enema, and I'm certain that's the truth. Tell it, y'all know it's true.
It's true.
Were they there?
She's totally
there. Rock and Chrissy.
We weren't there, but we've heard stories.
Okay. Wow, Ma.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is where tolerance and acceptance go a little bit too far. Where it's one thing to be a supportive parent, and yes, call him or her by whatever pronoun he or she chooses to have.
Okay, let me say this. This is some BS. I'm just gonna jump out there and say this is foolish. I'm talking. No, not you. I'm agreeing.
No.
Any parent, to the camera, to the audience, any parent who would not. It's not about the acceptance or shaming, but a parent who would go through assisting their child with chemicals of any kind, because that is such a specific, individual, personal thing that you cannot decide fully until you can even know what that means.
Yeah.
Your gender, to me, and this is where we're going to flow with this, is attached to your sexuality, which is, again, where I double back to the conversation with Bruce Jenner. I'm confused at I'm transgender. I am a woman. He used she in reference to himself 1,000,000 times, but then said I'm asexual. But you have 6 kids. So what I'm trying to say is
what he's trying to tell you is I'm not ready to tell you what's going on with my penis. I'm not ready to talk about it. It was enough that Chris promised me $1 billion to sit on this couch and tell you the story of this. But I don't even know what's happening, which is why he still refers to what's going on with him as
an
his
issue.
Mm-hmm. So I think he's very indoctrinated. He's an older cat. He's in his 60s. Yeah. Culturally, I don't think he's ready to say, I might be interested
in a man,
and finding out what it's like to be with a man, because I've been thinking about it my entire life. Maybe that's what he's thinking. And Diane Sawyer, he told Diane Sawyer though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
When she told him about his clothes, you're 65 now, Bruce. What are you gonna wear?
With your black shoes and black pants.
He
and
told
white
her though,
shirt.
didn't he?
I was like,
he gave her the business.
He did.
Right.
He really did.
That was a setup for Kim to
Yeah,
come
'cause
out the
my
closet
thing
and,
too is like,
and say, "You need a makeover." And you get one. And you
Exactly.
get one. And you get one.
Kanye bringing the shoes.
because my next thing was if he's not going to date, if he is going to continue dating women, then you have you're looking at the women that would want to date him. If you're a heterosexual woman that would have been attracted to Bruce Jenner, she is not what you would be attracted
This
to.
is L.A. and what most people are attracted to is a checkbook. Let's just keep it real. And so, yes, hello. Let's not. This is shallow Howland.
Well, this is the funny thing because there was a gay and lesbian, transgender spokesperson that came out and said that whatever the sexuality was before the gender change tends to remain the sexuality preference afterwards. So if you liked women and you were a man and then you became female, you're still gonna like women.
Okay, so he's a lesbian, but hold that thought right there. We got a caller, so we're gonna go ahead and take this call. Hi, you're on the Marla and Dave show with Marla, Layla, and the crew.
The crew.
Hey.
Okay.
And you're on.
Hi. Is this Patrice?
No, come again.
Okay. No, I'm gonna let you come at me now. I threw mine out there. You throw yours. Who's
That's gonna be
calling?
Michelle and Tasha.
This is Lily.
Lily.
Hey, Lily.
That's Le Fleur.
Hey, Lily. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Protect my money.
What's up?
What's your question?
Did you get the Apple Watch yet?
Oh, God.
No, Apple
my God.
Watch.
Thanks for calling.
Looks like. Anyway,
Just
so
wanted to say hi.
okay, Lily. Well, thanks for calling us. Call back. And we want you to ask us a question. Anything, like participate, join us.
Join us.
Thanks for calling, Lily. So,
You need a red light for when after you say thanks for calling, you press it so that the people that
but
know.
can it make noise like? Ah?
No, you just need a light so that your engineer will know, because otherwise that'll be seconds. Lily, we're gonna beat the stew out of you after we play with your watch.
I have a question. Was that a dog in the background, or was
that was
somebody else?
Potty Mosh.
And you also never know because people
Giggling.
actually don't know to turn their devices down, and they
Right.
like to hear themselves
right.
And then there's a
on the
time
show,
warp.
and then this whole this mess our minds up. Don't you know we got sensitive ears on the board today?
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway, we were talking about the LGBTQB. You know, there are so many different letters
LGBT
now.
community.
No, but there's a Q in there now. You do
What's
know
that?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
didn't know there
for
was a-
questioning or queer.
Oh.
Yes, there's a Q.
Questioning.
are you getting a news
And
bulletin?
queer. No, I read it online yesterday.
This just in.
Like, is it in her ear? Yeah, Lily just tell me. Thanks.
Someone wants to know.
No, seriously, I don't know what I was because when I was looking
Queer?
up the whole and queer is now accepted.
Well,
back
queer
into
was
the,
always queer was
Right.
always accepted.
But queer.
I don't like that word.
Yeah, but it's either question. The Q can be for either questioning or queer.
Okay,
yeah.
ladies, we got another caller.
Oh.
We'll take this call.
Hello.
Hi, you're on the Marla and Dave show with Layla and the crew.
Oh, yes. How are you ladies doing?
We're
Great.
fine.
Great.
What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Melvin. I am from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hi, Melvin.
I want to say what's up to Layla, member of the Pink Room.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for calling. What's your
Doing
question?
all right. Doing all right. Well, I'm listening to the conversation about, I came in about 15 minutes into the show. You're talking about Bruce Jenner and the transgender thing and all of that.
Right.
As far as the Bruce Jenner thing, the sensationalism of it all kind of makes it hard for me to take him seriously.
Right.
And
I feel you.
I feel, in a way, I feel like he's kind of selfish in the way he's done this because he's affecting so many lives with this late decision, so to speak.
Mm.
And you know, I understand people saying, "Well, I've been living this and I've been living that and whatever." Okay, whatever. But you got to take other people's feelings into account when that happens.
Right.
Now, as far as people that are gay, you know, I used to be one of the people that dogged out gay people. But I come to realize they're people too. And what they do as far as their private lives, it has nothing to do with me. You know, I've had friends that I've come to find out were gay or whatever, and they're still my friends. Got mad love for them.
You know what is the
And,
greatest thing about you is that you have adopted a position of tolerance, and really, it's even better than tolerance. You understand that your life calls for a different set of rules than the next person's life.
Right.
So,
Well,
I think
when it comes to I don't mean to interrupt you. When it comes
Go
to
ahead.
tolerance per se, now as far as your preference, I have no issue with that because that's your life. I can't tell you who to love. It's not my place.
there you have it.
Now, when you come to these people that are fabulous and flamboyant and just ridiculous with it, and taking it somewhere that has nothing to do with you being gay, and people who go out of their way to let you know that they're gay, you kind of taking it to another place.
Right.
And I don't have
Like
an
an
issue with
alpha
the
male
fact
that
you're
wants
gay.
you to know he's the head of the house. I mean, what?
Well, no. Let me tell you. Let me support him on
Thanks
this.
for calling.
Explain it.
Let me tell you. Let me explain.
Okay.
It's like I used to tell David. I'm a heterosexual woman, but it was almost like sometimes you run into someone who is gay and they're almost trying to prove their sexuality publicly. I don't, just because I don't walk around and stroke Dave's shaft and squeeze his testicles.
Did you say shaft?
I did. The shaft of his penis, Layla.
Not Layla.
You threw words at me like enema, penis shaft. There's one for you. There's my dart. Anyway, yeah, you know what? That's what I'm saying. And it doesn't mean you can't be affectionate or whatever, but what he's saying, I can relate because sometimes you see people, and I know a guy in particular who knows that there are people in circles in a public environment
That are uncomfortable.
and he will say things like, "Oh my God, I was with this guy last night and he ejaculated a whole wad of," and he'll say it to a heterosexual
That's just
man.
rude. That has nothing to do with
But-
gay.
but
Because
what
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying
want to
though,
hear
but-
anyone
but-
say that.
anyone.
That's kind of my
Yeah.
point, though.
Right.
But it's always about his sexuality.
Right.
It's
He's
very
insecure.
it's very demonstrative.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that you don't need to. I don't need to know. That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
because to me, I'm a little miffed with the whole conversation on a lot of levels because no one in this room should have to be identified by who you sleep with,
Right.
unless it's me. In other words, I'm the one that needs to know that. Why does that need to be a public statement?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally, I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of where we're at that
That's
point.
what makes us tick as human beings. We want to know which God do you serve, and then which person do you get into bed with. That's how we identify.
How they do it and how
But
big
you
it
know
is or
what?
Yeah,
small.
And
that's
how
how
much
we
money you
identify
have.
with each other.
But then at the same time, I think that the
What's in your checkbook?
rule for everybody should always be keep it classy.
Yeah, keep it
No
classy.
matter what, keep
Keep
it
it
classy.
easier said than
that's
done.
classy.
That is not.
Oh,
it
come
sounds
on.
good, but come on.
That's such a sliding scale. It's like modesty.
Well,
It
is he
is-
drinking when he does all
But
that?
okay, but it's like this.
Who,
I mean,
Dave?
going
No,
back,
the guy.
You know, like for example, going back to Bruce Jenner for just a second, I think that he's not the first person to come out and to say that he was transgender. I mean, let's talk about Laverne Cox. Let's talk about Chaz Bono. These are people that have done the exact same thing, but with a lot more sophistication and class and respect.
I think he did it very respectfully.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think
But-
it's. Yeah, and
thought it
I
was
think
respectful.
just turning into like the circus where it's like I'm doing the Diane Sawyer interview.
hold that thought. But before we come back
Is
from
it
the break,
because
I'm
he
gonna tell
could?
you this, Jan. The circus was already in place
Yeah.
before the statement came out. It's just his life. We'll be right back after this break.
Hey guys, listen up. Learn something. 26 years of marriage from two unique perspectives equals 52 years of relationship experience. It's time for Ask Marla and Dave. Answers to your questions about life, love, and relationship based on Marla and Dave's real life experience. It's about to get real. Ask Marla and Dave.
Okay, well, for those of you who don't know, last week our poll question was about cheating, and
Mute my mic.
yeah. Christy Love just took herself and put herself on mute. That tells you a lot. So this is a segment where people can write in and ask anything they like, and we answer it. So here's a question. I'll open it on the floor, but the question was, this one is directed right target at me. It says, Marla, we know that you and Dave have worked through infidelity issues in your past, and you were on the side, in the past, on your side of the fence. My question is, what would you do if you found out that Dave had been unfaithful to you? does Dave get a hall pass? Dave got a whole lot of passes. His A is in Australia. Have fun. No, I'm just kidding. Would Dave get a hall pass? Well, you know what? First of all, I don't think that the issue of cheating is not an issue where I would never promote that someone get revenge. It's not, I don't think that you even cheat, in the case of, my infidelity, it wasn't meant to hurt. You don't do it because, hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. It's an issue that you're working out or whatever the case is. So if that's something that Dave chose to do, I will tell you that Dave and I are very, very different people. I only have one question. Dave is like a little McGruff crime fighter. He wants to know too many details. And I said, dude, you're going to run out of storage in your head. You don't need to know all the details about too many things.
Torture.
Yeah. And so for me,
I'm like that too. I want to know.
Do you love that person?
I want the details.
I don't, because I just want to know where we stand at the end, because I think every human offense is forgivable, because I'm human.
Agreed.
And I'm so flawed in so many ways, and I just want to know that. And so if the answer to his question was I am in love with someone else, because I know what that means,
Right.
I will
Respectfully.
be on the way. It's nothing to work out.
Yeah.
And people move on.
Right.
Life happens. So does Dave get a hall pass? It's a real long haul, buddy. That's what I have to say. So no, I'm not a person who believes that I would say, I didn't do it just to get me back. But
Right.
I would always be willing to look at all the circumstances surrounding something like that. So that's the Ask Marla and Dave. You can turn Christy's mic back on. So we're done talking about cheating. Christy, you back?
Ooh, let's start sweating. It's got hot. I don't know what happened.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Marla and Dave radio show. Marla and Dave want to talk to you. Phone lines are open at 323-284-7826. 323-284-7826.
All right, ladies. We're going to change gears a little bit and get into some relationship talk. You just heard one. For those listening, if you're in the audience, please call us. The question that we'd like to hear your opinion is cheating an unforgivable offense, which was our poll question for this week. 323, I'm going to remind you, 284-7826 is the number that you can call and be live. Call and talk to us. We've had a couple people call in. We'd love to hear from you. You can find us again online on Instagram and Twitter, the M&D Show, and on Facebook, the Marla and Dave Show. So there you go. That's where we are. But we're here, and we're going to just hop into that. So what do you think? Is it an unforgivable offense?
Is my mic muted?
Crystal's signing off for the rest
I'm
of
like
the
you,
show.
Marla.
I'm just signing off.
It depends. It depends on so many things. Like, I would think that if I were with a man that actually had a child when he was offending, because then it gets to then you were being
It's
reckless
messy.
because the health issue. Not only were you out there doing
What if
something,
he was
but
protected? What if you knew that? I mean, in other words,
what you mean
Protected,
protected?
then had a
there was
baby?
holes in the condom.
I see.
Yeah, I'm saying, no,
okay.
that's
That
what I'm
protection
saying.
didn't work.
The fact that
He
you
had a
were,
child.
yeah, the fact that
Okay.
tells
That's
me
a lot
that you
to
had
swallow.
unprotected sex, which means that you could bring anything back to me.
don't love
That's a
me.
different
Yeah.
level of offense to
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I get you if you're just having fun one night, but other than that, man.
Oh, well, hold on. We got a caller. Hi, you're on the Marla and Dave Show with Marla, Layla, and the crew. Who's calling?
Oh, wow. I thought I was calling in just to listen.
No, well,
You on now?
you
Hot
you
seat,
are
bro.
listening. Can you hear us?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Hey, Layla.
Hi, how are you? What's your question?
Or comment. Did you just?
This is Tars from Tennessee, the one who bumped into you last week at the show. You killed it.
Hey, Tars, thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for coming to the show, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
All right. I'll log into the amp so I can listen in, okay?
Wonderful.
All right.
you.
Thanks for calling us.
Bye.
We got one more. We're gonna take another call.
I have the greatest fans ever.
Yeah, isn't that cool? They don't want to talk about cheating. And just to say they bumped into you. I want to bump into you, Layla, when this
It's
is
all
over,
right.
just to
When
see
we
how
finish
that.
here, you
Hi,
can.
you're on the Marla and Dave Show with Marla, Layla, and the crew. Who's calling?
Hey there.
Hey.
Hey, this is This is Russell Taylor and
Vula Malinga.
Hi.
Russell, guess what? I recognize your name because you came on Facebook and said, I'm going to call in. I saw that. Is that you?
I'm glad. I'm glad.
He's a man of his word.
All right, here's my question for you two. Are either of you cheaters?
Oh,
Give me context, please. I need context.
Well, the question
Okay.
is,
Oh.
the question is,
I've been listening.
is cheating a deal breaker for you?
Oh,
Yeah, it depends, really.
I feel as though
She's related to Christy.
because I'm over the age of 30.
Right.
I believe as though people are not perfect, myself included, and sometimes we make mistakes.
Right.
And cheating is not a deal breaker for me.
I feel the same way. I think it has to do with their age. I think we all are probably over 26. And
Right.
you know what I mean? At age 22,
Yeah.
I might have said, yeah, cheating's a deal breaker. Let it happen once I'm out. And now I don't know that it is a deal
But see,
breaker.
I think for me, what the cheating represents is, for me, loyalty, trust. Those are the things that I prize above everything. So for me, I associate cheating with, can I still trust you?
Yeah.
Do I still have your loyalty? Because it's like look, you're either on Team Jan or you need
Right.
to hit the road. It's
Right.
like it's
Hit
me
the
or nothing.
road, Jan.
You can be all in or all out, but there is no
Yeah.
halfway.
Russell,
And then that goes into the
That-
emotional, or is it just because emotional is which goes to your point. I think,
Right.
are you in love? Then how do you come back from that?
Right.
I think you
But if
can.
it's just
I think you can.
So we would have to talk again
I
about
think-
trust and
Really?
loyalty.
well, hold on. Let's hear.
I
What,
think you can.
Oh, sorry.
let's hear what our caller. Go ahead, Russell.
I think that I know that I have made mistakes before, and I am a very loving, if I can say so myself, I'm a very loving person, but sometimes, I have made mistakes, and it didn't have anything to do with my love for the other person. It had to do with a weakness
In
that I was
yourself.
going through. Or
Absolutely.
actually, let's change it. Let me be very specific. It had to do with a need that it was something that was missing in me that I was trying to meet by stepping out. And
Right.
and you can find your way back to it.
I
It
think
depends
so.
on how much you love that person.
Absolutely.
And it depends on how honest the person that perhaps was
So-
cheated on, for lack of a better way of saying it. It depends on how honest that person is with him or
So
herself.
I'm sorry, Russell. If you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a very, very personal question. You can choose to answer it or not. What did happen after this? Did that person forgive you and take you back, or did that person decide that cheating was a deal breaker for them?
Well, I've been on both sides, and both times there was forgiveness and working towards getting back.
Okay.
It can be done,
I've
I
been on
think.
both
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it can be done.
Well, I'm proof
That's
of
the
that.
Campbell lady.
I think I'm
Yeah.
proof of that.
I think so.
Thank you guys for calling in.
Love ya.
Thank you.
Keep
Keep
listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Richie McCauley.
I think we have another caller. Okay, so good. So good. Okay.
Well,
when I say
and that's the thing, because again, not coming from that place of experience, it's easy for me to say, oh no, you know what, that's a deal breaker, hit the road, pal, whatever. But
I
until
would've
I'm
felt
in
that way, yeah.
until I'm in that position where I have someone that I really, really love, and then it becomes real.
I contend that most women in particular, because we are so emotionally driven, I really believe in my heart of hearts that if you really were to examine it, what is the issue for most women is not cheating, it's honesty.
Right.
If somebody comes forward, there's nothing that makes you angrier than for somebody
Catching
because
someone.
I understand why we lie.
Yeah.
We lie because we're afraid of the consequence of whatever, rejection, whatever the case is. But in the meantime, I really believe that if you really broke it down and you really peeled back the layers, what you'd find is I just want somebody who's going to be honest with me, and then we can work it out.
That
We gotta-
element of surprise will throw you off. Like, what?
Yeah.
you can turn. We got a caller. Hi, you're on the Marla and Dave show with Marla, Layla, and the crew. Who's calling, and where are you calling from?
Hi, Shalisa from Rancho Cucamonga.
Hi,
Local girl.
Hey guys!
Hi, Shalisa.
Wait, let me turn this down because it's
Yeah,
Thank
so
you
you
for
don't have
confusing me.
feedback, right?
yes. Okay, it's down. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Shalisa.
Good evening.
What's your
Hi.
question, Miss Williams?
Shalisa, no, I have a question for you. Is
Yes,
is
ma'am.
cheating a deal breaker?
cheating is subjective.
Girl.
Oh, now
Wait.
we're defining cheating.
Meaning,
Wait.
Yeah.
No.
Wait,
So first-
Shalisa, your sister-in-law
Everyone,
said,
she is married
girl.
to my brother. It is not.
Rocky
Shalisa,
is
I'm
taking it
just saying.
personal for you. She's like, no, it is not subjective.
I would be very
Meaning-
afraid of the woman that
Meaning
tried it.
because, like Raquel said, if it's emotional, that's really hard to try to defend and try to come back from.
Right.
But I don't want my husband to hear whether it's a deal breaker or not. I won't give him any ideas.
Shalisa's like, if it's just a matter of a little extra tug and pull, we can work through that. I can tug and pull
They got
extra.
a lot of stuff invested there.
But no, after being married for 25 years, it's not a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker.
Right.
Simply because, like you said, Marla, people are human. They make mistakes. Women can be vicious, and they're hunters, and they want what you have. So,
Right.
True.
So I just think if you work hard and keep your man satisfied, hopefully he won't stray.
Uh-oh. There's a mouthful and an earful. Oh,
Because she makes these yams, though. I would marry her. I would marry Shalisa.
That's right. You better get in that kitchen and cook. Keep your man.
well,
the
Shalisa,
microwave.
we appreciate you calling, and we are looking forward to hearing more of your story with your husband, Derek, as you will also be a guest on the Marla and Dave show on the 18th. So tune
Yes,
back in
ma'am.
on the 18th of May, and you will get to see and hear Shalisa right here on the MaD show. She'll be in the MaD house. So
It's gonna
we
be good.
appreciate you calling.
I said some.
All right, love you guys.
Love you too.
Wow. Let's talk about we talked about the sexual thing. Let's just blow that.
What?
Right.
Did you say blow?
So let's blow it. Yes, let's blow that.
Let's put it on a different couple though, because I don't want to.
No,
Yeah,
we
no,
ain't
no,
gonna
no,
talk
no,
about-
no, no,
I got another question.
Okay.
My question is, when it comes to sex, do you guys believe that women have gotten too liberal with with sex? Like, in other words, when we talk about the generation, the difference between my mother's generation, her mother's generation, I'll put it to you this way: when I was growing up, I was forbidden to call a boy, and I'm 47.
You didn't have a phone, though.
I had a phone.
You didn't have a phone.
It's different.
It was tethered to the wall.
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen,
With a big
right
yellow
there.
book.
What you talking about?
Not
They
only
can sit
did
right
I
in
have
front
a
of the phone.
I had a phone that had multiple lines, so you could turn.
Oh, you had the party line.
You could turn you could turn a little knob on my phone and switch over. What?
We didn't have that.
Back there was behind the
Mimi
scenes.
and Tommy were working it out up in my house.
I had select TV and
So
on.
no, so what I'm saying is, we to me now there's such a push for equality. Don't throw stones at me. That I feel like that my statement now is, I believe in my heart that women have traded they're trying to match a man's sexual simplicity, and men are trying to catch up to women's emotional complexity just so we can be on the same plane. I think that men, in the nature of what a man is very simple. I think you might actually have the simplest man on the planet.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
No, that means that's a good statement.
He's very good at math.
No. That's a good statement, because there's no airs there.
It's true.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's
see.
no airs, and what I'm
Right.
saying is he really represents a man. But you feed him.
He's
we've
happy.
been.
He's watching wrestling right now.
I watched him play. We played kickball. Play with my grandson. Play, eat, sleep, and I don't know the fourth one, but I'm sure Layla can. She's smiling. There you go. That's all that matters.
Like, I'll say something. As a single woman that is dating right now, like actually in the dating pool and everything right now, it is confusing, because I'm very traditional in the sense that I expect the man to be the man, but I come across a lot of guys now who don't know what that means to be a man anymore. They're just confused because we've kind of taken that role away from them, and then we haven't really given them anything else in return. So they're very, very confused. So it is a little sad, because trust me, I'm very independent. I do, I make my own living. I have my own house.
Has anybody here had a one night stand? If you're single, do you want to talk about that?
Is Chrissy's mic off?
Have you had a one night stand? We don't need to know details, but have you had one? Let's just be real.
Yes.
Ilton. Oh Lord. So
I hear myself. There I am.
What was your answer?
Okay.
Christy, you've been quiet for an hour now.
I have not.
Christy fell asleep.
I did. Christy, what happened was I didn't know my mic was on because Marla had said.
Christy, have you had a one night stand?
Back in the 80s?
Is it yes or no?
Maybe. I don't see. Here's the thing.
Have you met someone that you hadn't been dating for a long time and you had a sexual encounter?
Yes, but I can say this though. It wasn't just the one night. It ended up being something
but you
more so
started
than
off.
this.
Then it
You
wasn't.
started
No,
off
then
on-
it wasn't.
Okay,
No,
so then
what
I guess
kind of definition is that?
No.
I don't know if it
A
continues
one night
on
stand.
for months. Is
Yeah, that's not a,
Layla,
that's a
come on.
relationship.
Layla, don't let them get away with that.
Listen, I have tried to have a one night stand. It always turned into like 3-4 years.
Yes.
4 or 5 years. That's
Right.
different. Are people
So then
ashamed
it's
of one
different.
night stands?
That's a good question, Lay.
I had fun.
But
I wish
honestly,
I've
like
never had one.
who's having sex and not running to the this is a small town.
Yeah,
LA?
You run to the yes, it is a very small town.
it is.
Mine wasn't in LA.
It is.
Okay, maybe that's what it is.
Oh, you traveling and doing your thing.
This
You
is what I
got a
was
one night.
younger.
You got a one night
was when I was
stand
younger.
mileage pass.
That's what it is.
It was no.
Meaning that you
Oh,
travel,
right,
you travel
yes.
away,
Yes, that's
have
what
your
you do.
stand, and come back.
You go away.
You got a frequent
have
flyer.
fun, you have Mai Tais, and woo.
And then sex, is that uncomfortable? I'm an old married lady.
No,
Is
because
that,
I never have, and I've talked to my girlfriends and guy friends that have, and it always seemed like, oh, well, that must be an exciting
I would
thing.
be petrified.
Why? I would
What are you?
now.
Just the comfort level. To me,
Right.
once let me tell you
I
guys.
said Mai Tais.
Oh,
Plural.
Which helps with the inhibition.
it doesn't even matter. You know what? Layla might be able to speak to this. What time is it?
Yeah.
I'm a control freak.
You're like, you need to see it, inspect it.
No, you know what it is?
Run its background. I
It's-
feel you.
it's so-
in 2015, if I was single, I'd be like,
Let me tell you
We
something.
need to get our tests together.
Yes.
Just it would be a whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm
Clarifying, it wasn't recent.
No, I know.
now.
We're all
but,
good.
but,
So,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is I'm so opposite. I'm so outgoing. But when it comes to sex, I'm so old school, meaning that that's the most intimate thing, and I have to be totally comfortable,
Right.
even to be able to do to get out of it what I really want to get out of it. I mean, totally. By the time I get to the Mai Tais, to get to that point, one night stand, I've passed out.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
passed out.
Okay, so I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate. Okay.
Sure.
So, who do you consider to be like the hottest man alive? Like,
Well, my opposite.
It better be Dave Thomas. That's all I'm
no. I mean, besides Dave.
Okay, you gotta say that.
Because saying that. Okay, like.
One of them is now deceased, but I used to have a little crush on Paul Walker. I thought
Okay, so Paul Walker comes over to you and is like,
I'm running. I'm gonna run. He's a ghost. I gotta go.
Okay.
He's a demon. He's a
Well,
demon.
blow this.
I knew it. I can't have the one night stand. It's a demon. No, I'm kidding. Well, so go ahead. Ask your question.
but this is what I'm saying. It's
She's not moved by
that,
celebrity though.
You know,
She's
well, no,
not
not
moved.
she's
no,
just
no,
saying
I-
about
but
a man
that's-
that you.
That's why I asked her. I said who she considers to be like the
let me
the
tell
hottest.
you this, Jan. It would
Yes.
for me. There are a lot of people, and there's a couple I'm not even gonna say their name because they're huge celebrities. The minute you open your mouth, you can lose me, but quickly because I'm such a person who
Cerebrally stimulated.
I am. I'm so much about the conversation and how you come at me. If you even make me laugh, I might even give you extra conversation. But other than that, I really feel like, and it's not a snobby thing. I'm just like, this
But
is
see,
my
then
time.
there you go. You answered your own question because there are some people that need to be stimulated, and for those people, one night stands are
don't
not the
work.
way to go. They don't work.
I mean,
Because
some
it
people are
really
just
is
not
I
gonna
just
just
never
a,
had one.
It's a physical thing. It
Yeah.
really is just a
okay.
physical
We're gonna have to go.
That's
over-
not to say I wasn't
Wait.
mentally stimulated, though. But, just
bring it
for the
on back.
record. But yes, I can be stimulated.
She
I
does-
don't have to always be stimulated by your mind.
Okay, when we come back, I'd actually like to play a quick little game with us called Myth or Fact.
Okay.
Okay,
like truth or dare?
it can. What is it about what people think most about women who are dating, having sex, in relationships? Is it a myth or is it a fact? We'll talk about it when we come back from this break. There's something happened. Oh, right here. My break is this. Normally, this is where we do the doghouse, which Dave, technically, Dave, I'm just going to go ahead and throw you in the doghouse. You know why? Because this is the second time you've been to Australia, and there was several years ago that I had the opportunity to go, and you asked me to wait. And now I wasn't able to go. Oh. And now you've been back and forth to Australia a couple times. So
you want to take your wife to Australia?
I'm going to go ahead and dig a hole under the doghouse. But in the meantime, what I want to talk about right now is the MaD Fitness reboot. As I mentioned to you guys before, I've just been compiling the details. It's going to be a challenge that you're going to enter. It's going to be $9.99 to enter the challenge. And the cash prize will also be based on participation. But with that, every day you'll be able to check in, get your exercises. You'll have a nutrition challenge, you'll have a cardio challenge, and you'll have an actual exercise challenge to do daily. And you'll get little daily Marla bits of information, motivation, and corrections. The goal here is that we really want to focus on progress, not perfection. How much progress, what changes can you make for yourself in a month's time? You'd be surprised if you had the right information and you committed yourself, how far you could go. And then for those of you who need to go further, I hope this month will show you what you can do for yourself moving forward in the way of being in perfect health and fitness. So with that being said, we're going to get back to the lovely ladies in the studio. Dave, you're in the doghouse.
Doghouse.
You'll laugh. You'll learn. You'll love. You'll get mad. Shut up. You'll get happy. But you won't be bored. This is the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network.
Okay, I want to turn Chrissy's mic up extra loud on this. But I want to play a little fun myth or fact game with you guys. Do you guys mind? Will you play with me?
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay. Question number 1, myth or fact, or statement number 1, myth or fact, women don't kiss and tell. Is that a myth or is that a fact?
Clearly a myth.
Yeah,
Myth.
Do you guys think that women, who do you think talks more
Guys.
about their encounters?
Okay, this is the thing. Women talk in more detail about the guys that matter the most, but guys talk in less detail about all women. Like the ones that they haven't been with.
What detail don't you share? And I've been married for
Oh,
20
he
what I'm
kissed
saying
me
is that
passionately
we
for
share-
30
I share
minutes.
more
A
detail.
guy's not going to tell that.
But
to his
do
boys.
you guys
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about member size amongst each other?
Oh Lord, I have not
With
had
friends.
that conversation in a while, but I'm sure I have.
I'm saying,
had that
yeah, if you
conversation.
really like
Yeah.
a long time ago when it was
is it only
even.
if it's extreme, like if it's
Oh, yeah,
unfelt or
yes.
too big, you just
Yes, I've had
but the middle
friends say
size
that.
people don't get discussed because it's just
Yeah.
averages.
Like it has to be noteworthy.
Okay, like girl, that thing turned and went around the
Is that all
corner.
relative? Yeah.
I was working with the cul-de-sac. Okay, myth or fact? Women get away with cheating more than men.
Get away?
Get away
Meaning
with?
they don't know?
Yes.
That's a fact.
Oh, like they
That's
never
gotta be
get
a
caught.
fact.
Yeah,
It's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Why
Because
y'all so
women
sneaky?
take the care.
We're sneaky.
You know, I had a friend once that told me, she said,
I'm not sneaky.
if her man was cheating on her and she found out, she would leave him just for that reason because he was being careless in his cheating that she found out.
Wow.
Sharice.
But
then at
everything
the
in the
same
dark
time-
comes to light.
Right.
Oh,
But then at the same time, I'll tell you this: women turn to Sherlock Holmes all of a sudden when they think
Yeah,
that their
we will
man
figure
is
it
out.
out.
Like,
Right.
Is it just
yeah,
women
we-
that turn into Sherlock Holmes? I think not.
Oh.
guys?
Sherlock
guys-
Holmes is a man, and the men do the day. Man, please.
But men don't catch us. We're good. We're
good. We
When
are, but I
when
done
we
been a
don't
co-
want to get caught. We don't want to get
Well,
caught.
the thing is, everything that happens in the dark, regardless of how slick you think you are, it eventually. I mean, it
Unless
does.
you're
Yeah,
doing,
it-
unless
yeah.
you're cheating with yourself. The minute you involve
Ain't no
another-
Dwelle song. What is it?
What exactly is going on when you cheat with yourself?
Okay.
Unless you cheat with yourself.
The point that I'm making is the minute that you do, if somebody else shows up, the minute that if you want something to be a secret, you never share it. That's what
Right.
I'm really
Yeah,
saying.
my
The
mother
minute
told me that
somebody
a long
else
time
shows
ago.
up,
Yeah, the fact
You
that you're
can-
having an affair, already somebody else knows. That's
Somebody
already one
else
too many
knows.
people. Already one too many people that know.
Exactly.
You gotta kill him
Now I'm
now.
gonna have to kill you. Right? Exactly.
Like a black widow.
Do me
just-
first, and then I'm going to kill you.
Praying mantis.
You're moving to Australia, right?
hilarious. Okay, myth or fact? Women never pay the bill on a date.
Myth.
Okay. No.
If you speak to my fiance, he would
Let's
say
take that personally. It's a myth.
Fact.
She had a cue card. Myth.
M.
Should they? Should
No. On a date? We're
When
talking
a
about
woman-
date, not just
I'm
friends.
talking
Date
about
one,
a
date
date.
two.
Date, right?
Hey, can
All
we,
dates,
well,
what-
I would like to take you out on a date. Should you front the bill, Jan?
Steve Harvey
No,
says
okay,
no, don't pay.
but I am very, very old fashioned. Okay, the guy still comes and picks me up at my door,
That's
and
how
I
you get
tell him
stalkers.
I-
That's
he can't
dangerous.
text
That's how
you.
you get stalkers.
but this is what I'm
You too
comfortable
cute,
with.
girl.
I still expect.
You get a stalker that way. Better meet
Meet
that
at
dude at the
Starbucks.
Starbucks. I'm trying to tell you.
Meet them on the condo.
Be like, oh shit, what happened?
Newsflash.
Chrissy
missing LA
Love
woman.
just said go to a Wi-Fi area.
If she knows what I listen, Linda.
If you know like I know, meet me on the corner. Son.
Yeah. Yes.
Hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, Jan.
I need
no,
some advice.
no.
apparently.
Wait,
I just gave it to you. The best
I'm
advice
guys
you had.
like I'm like bring me chocolates. Then you'd be like, girl, they're poison. Don't
No,
eat
no,
that
no, no.
chocolate.
Wait a minute. Are
No,
you
I'm not saying
seriously
that. I'm not
having
saying
like
that.
first dates, guys coming to your house where you actually live?
They pick me up at my house.
That's
First
cute.
dates?
Yes.
Oh,
Look at
ma'am.
even
Homeboy
even
said,
the
"Oh, man."
producer's like, girl,
No.
it's not
Jarvis
No.
has come to life. Jarvis says hell no.
No.
No, for there are so many.
Okay.
I mean,
You better
safety
pretend you live
first.
somewhere else.
Jarvis,
So
what do
you
you
can
do?
have
What
the
do you do
experience.
when you show up at the first date? Do you kidnap Jan? Do you date? What do you do to her?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. It just seems weird. Like we're on a date. But then at the same time, I will tell you this: I'm not just going out with guys that I haven't known for a while. Like for me, I need to actually talk to a guy for
Right.
a couple
But
of
you're not
months. I
now.
need
But
to
yeah,
actually-
but
But have you
know him.
seen them in person?
No, because I don't do like Tinder,
Internet.
okay,
Right, you're
I
not
don't do
doing
any of that.
Tinder,
Like,
meet you
like
at the
these,
door.
These are guys that
They're
are usually
vetted.
friends of other friends.
Okay.
You know, I
Okay.
mean, yeah, they're
Friends
not
of
just
friends.
strangers off the street. You know,
Okay.
usually like one of my girlfriends is dating a guy, and then that
He's
guy
got
has
a friend, yeah.
He's like, hey, your girlfriend's
Do
friend
not
is cute.
Christian mingle at your own door. Don't do that.
No, but yeah, okay, that's then
Yes.
I should clarify. I should
Okay,
clarify.
okay, thank you.
These guys are coming usually
So
referred
your
by
dating
someone
situation
else.
is like you're saying a very traditional date. A guy comes and
Yes.
picks you up and pays for
nice.
everything. And in some communities, the money is not always running like that. So and sometimes you have to pay. Sometimes I pay for all of my friends to eat just because I may have a little extra scratch on me. So
hungry,
I don't.
Sure am hungry.
I want somebody to
sure
give Christy Love a sedative right now.
sure
Just
am.
mute
It's
my
only
mic.
going downhill. The more that the sun goes down, the Christy Love I know is coming alive
that
right
sundowning
now.
through the old people get that sound.
Oh, Lord.
The only thing is, if you
Sundown.
ask me out, I don't expect to pay. If I
Right.
say let's go out, then we can go Dutch. Or if you don't have it, I don't have a problem. But if you ask me out, then you should pay.
I can't speak to this because again I'm married, but I'm very old school. I can only imagine that for me, if it's not, I'm not talking about friends. I'm talking about someone who has an interest in me. I would think that would tell me a lot about just the foundation of what your expectations are. I don't know if I want to attach that to respect, but some kind of way in the back of my head, it's value.
Right.
How much do you value me? That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
If you took the time to say, hey, let me take you out of the millions of, I picked you out of the millions of women in the world. I want to take you somewhere. And so even if you want to get to know me. Now, to me, what I feel like is I'm not going to judge you if you do that responsibly and according to your budget.
Right.
That's
I didn't ask you to take me.
because
No,
you-
heck
okay,
no.
all right.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Heck no. You could take me to a movie. I'm that girl anyway. I
Yeah.
feel like I don't bring me flowers and candy on Valentine's Day. I'm going to punch you in the neck.
Right. in
I
the
feel
neck.
like that any other day because who am I? Like, in other words, if Dave showed up with sports socks, I'm a
knows
sock
you.
fanatic.
Yeah, he
and that,
knows
but
you. Right.
because but you thought about who I am.
Right.
Yes.
Buy me a freaking new kickball since I busted my
Oh,
kickball.
yeah.
And you're in the doghouse, Dave. Give me a
Yeah.
kickball, Dave.
Record
Dave in
Yes.
Australia in the doghouse.
Anyway, so but I draw the line. I'm way much. I'm a skeptic. You can't ever come to my house.
Yeah,
I don't want you to know where I live.
I'm concerned. One time somebody got my number. I didn't realize when I first set up my Facebook, my number was public.
Mine too.
What?
They
And
got
people
us all.
started calling me, and I was like, "Hello."
Scary, isn't it?
Wow.
And then I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And here's another one, pet peeve, and you guys share yours. please, unless you're in this room or connected directly with someone in this room, why would you think that I would FaceTime you? Why?
Who's trying to
Why
FaceTime
would you
you?
think
Right
people
now?
do it all the time?
Yeah.
What? Why do you think that I'm
I'm
going
so
to
glad
answer
no one
your
has my
Skype
number.
phone call? And whatever it is, please don't glide me. I don't
What's
want
a
to glide
glide?
with you.
What's a glide?
I don't know what that is.
don't even know what
Glide
that
is
is.
a
Glide.
video message.
Oh,
What?
okay.
And it's,
Never
you
heard
can
of that
see
one.
them live.
For what?
Don't glide me.
I don't
do
like
it.
FaceTiming either, because what if my lip gloss isn't on?
Yeah, you know.
Well, no, and FaceTime is like a right up the nose shot.
Yeah, you
Everything's
can't
right
never
up the
get
nose.
that good
Yeah.
angle.
FaceTime
Yeah, you're
is
like-
for like your mom and your nieces.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
I mean, I
People that
do
don't
my
judge.
grandson.
The people that don't judge.
yeah.
Okay, so myth or fact, women no longer need men.
Myth.
Myth.
What kind of questions
Wait,
are
wait,
these?
wait. Are we
People
talking
say
about?
What kind of questions?
people
are
say
these?
that. Like in other words, you
Yeah.
can have a
How do you
baby on
not-
your own. It's out there.
You can, but you're not
No.
supposed
You
to.
can't.
I
It's
mean,
out there.
not
You
that
can't.
you're
It's out
supposed to,
there.
but-
This is where
Don't
we
shoot
hurt
the
their
messenger.
feelings. This is where we say things that hurt their feelings. We act like men don't have feelings, okay?
They
And
absolutely
you
They
can't
do?
have a
They
baby
have
without a
feelings.
man.
They absolutely
You can't say
do.
things like, I don't need a man. I don't,
That's
Words are
that's
hurtful.
uncalled for.
You're
Yeah,
emasculating
be
them,
independent,
wondering why
be
they can't
strong.
be men anymore.
Yeah, let the man be the man.
Oh,
you
so
know?
when I
It's like-
said that thing to Dave the other day and he called me an ass face, I hurt his feelings. Okay. I
A
get it.
little.
I get it. No problem.
You might not get that kickball, and you didn't get to go to Australia. You better
Look at that.
think about
Now you wonder why you didn't go to Australia.
God, I'm always in timeout. Anyway, so a lot of the things I think that we're expecting in relationships, and we're just flying right along here and talking about the feminine image. I think that, would you agree that we tend now with where we are as liberated women, which I do think that we're all really liberated. We're a liberated society. Do you think that a lot of the old school things that mattered, we don't see value in them anymore, i.e. cooking and cleaning? Like, is that
Well, how
something
you
that's
gonna eat?
Well, no.
I'm
No, I
hungry,
mean doing
Layla.
it well. Like what I'm saying is, I hear and I'm going to reference my daughters, both of them, Moniece and Lexi, that generation. They just don't. They really grow up expecting to be wined and dined. I've even
do.
watched Lexi through the years, and you know, when she was working in the summer, it used to blow my mind. And clearly, you know, it's a trend or habit that they've picked up, you know, from us at this stage in my life. Because when they were growing up, I cooked on a regular every day. But if given a choice, Lexi won't go to a club. She'll go out to find a restaurant or a cafe with her friends, and they'll go out to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, but she can't cook.
It's that kind of society, though. They don't, you know, they watch Netflix. They don't go to the movies anymore. They don't really.
But that's what I'm asking. I'm saying, you know, are those old? Is that an old school expectation? Or is that
Kind of
Old school traditions are dying.
Yeah, it's like an art
Where are we
anymore.
going?
It's like crocheting
To
or
the mall.
sewing or any of those things. Yeah, to the mall to eat. You know,
Yeah, to the mall to eat and.
you have to pass. It's like
But
Farsi. It'll
what else
disappear
are-
one day.
They want to take pictures of fancy food and put it online, and versus what they've cooked. And I
Yeah.
don't know. It's my sister comes over. She dang near 30 coming over to see what. Did you guys cook? Like, you
Yeah.
know what is convenient? She keep calling around the same time. You know what I mean? So it's.
That's
I
one of
don't
those
know.
other things about being traditional.
They've never been
Jermaine
hungry.
loves it when I cook. It's almost like a treat. Like his sisters cook, his big mama cooked. So if I make a meal, that's like a big deal. But it's like an art to me. You know what I mean? It's not
I'm a
part
better
of my everyday.
sous chef.
you just want to
Yeah,
chop
I'm a
up
better.
some stuff?
I chop up a
See,
mean onion.
I'm worried about you.
You are?
Slightly.
Well, clearly I ain't missing no meals, so
I'm
what?
just-
I'm over here well fed, okay? You know my man is well fed. I mean, I'm just saying, we not skipping nothing now. We go out and we eat in, so.
It's just I like I said earlier about the where we are and what we expect and where we stand. To me, it's starting to feel a little scary because what we're choosing. Jan, we know a lot of the same people in common.
Yes.
How many women over 40 do you personally know that, just give me a round figure, that are not married, not in a relationship, is not going toward anything committed? There's nothing committed. They're just kind of, you know, doing their own thing, a very independent lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, normally you think about it, they've usually been in a relationship or been married and they're now divorced and they're like, okay, I did that and I've got my kids and so now I can just kind of play the field, and you know, they usually pick something younger and hotter. They're doing it the way that men used
That's
to
what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
reversing.
Like, it's
And that's
like-
scary.
Yeah, and now there are young guys out there that are
Looking for
looking for
somebody.
because women are
40
they
or
look
plus.
good. They usually go to the plastic surgeon, get that little nip and tuck. And
I need
some
one.
of them are looking better than some
tuck.
of the 20-year-olds running around.
Look
you
at
know?
Marla.
It's like-
She's 57.
Yeah.
She looks great.
You are?
Don't take that, Marla.
She's so pretty. Nana's so pretty.
Nana loves Brandon.
You know what, Layla? Right now, I should turn my grandson loose on you. If you ever call me Nana,
He's such a love bug.
he would lose it. Oh my goodness! I went into school and the kid said, "Cameron, your grandmother's here." Don't call her grandma.
No.
Her name is Michi. And I was like, yeah, you heard the
Michi.
boy.
Rep for
Yeah,
Michi.
yeah,
Okay.
You like, what? You call
Yes.
me granny. What?
But look, but remember what our
About to get a
grandmothers
Layla
were
Hathaway
like, though?
pasty. What?
I mean, imagine my grandmother used to make gingerbread, and she was home all
yeah.
day. She only wore a
Quilts.
dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes. She
Crazy
pressed your hair
now.
in the kitchen.
That's right. She made
that blue
pimento
grease.
loaf sandwiches.
Yeah.
You have a grandchild. That's amazing. That lets you know where we
I
are
had
in
a
the
baby
world.
when I was 2.
Gingerbread?
That's true.
I was born
You were
pregnant.
married at 17.
I was
though, weren't
married
you?
at 20.
You were a
What
child
were-
bride.
What were each of you do? What do you remember most about your
mute my
20s? What'd you say?
Mute my mic.
I don't even know why she's on the show. She's like, unplug me. Wait a minute, plug me back. No, not yet. Leave me unplugged. Okay, unplug me.
She's doing double judge.
She's
Double
betting
judge.
all the topics.
No, I was too busy. I mean, I was dating, snowboarding, rollerblade. I mean, just doing events, traveling. That's what
Yeah.
I spent my, you know what I mean, did in my youth while
I
you were
guess
baking
I had
gingerbread.
sex.
I guess
it started with sex. Then I. Sex
Yeah,
was
you had
in
sex
the bed.
early.
Then they
Stay
were
in school.
I wasn't
kids.
having sex when
Stay
you were
in
having
school.
sex.
Yeah.
Stay in school, kids. Stay in school. Stay in school,
was
kids.
I just remember like still being a kid in my 20s. I was still a
Yeah.
kid in my
I
20s,
wasn't
and
a kid.
you had babies and you had to be
I
an
was
adult.
done at 24. I had
Yeah.
3 children by the age of 24. What's
I'm
wrong?
tired just thinking
You know
about
what though? Now you're done and you're gorgeous
I'm not
and vibrant.
done.
Yeah.
Not really
She
done.
keeps saying the
No,
nest
they
ain't
keep
empty.
coming
She getting a
back.
headache right
That's
now.
the baby birds that keep hitting the window. We talked about
know.
it.
But
I
you're not the
know.
only one with baby birds hitting the window. I mean, it's
Yeah.
everybody with kids.
I want
your
anybody's
age.
kids who
Yeah.
are hitting the window to
Crazy.
stop hitting the flipping
I
window.
wish they would. Y'all open the window and let them fly out.
That's no.
Yeah.
Don't open the window. They land on the couch. Don't open
They
the
bring
window.
new birds
They
back
land
in.
on the couch.
Yeah.
They bring other birds with
They bring
them
other birds back
that are
with them.
hungry. Oh.
So, what about the dating scene? Would you like to be different as women?
I mean, I'd like to, for me personally, I would love for men to start kind of taking more of their own power back.
We took it away.
We took it away. Okay, not me. I didn't
as-
take it
no,
away
no, no.
personally. That was not
If
me.
you
You
are
give
a
it back.
Man, I just want to say that was not me personally.
But if you were in,
But,
if
okay.
you're, this is our
No.
gender
Now,
problem.
this is what I'm saying. It's that I think that yes, there are some things that could be left in the past, and then there are some things that we need to kind of bring back. You know, we need to bring
Like
back
what?
Opening your door or
respect.
something?
Okay, we need to stop thinking of it as us versus them. You know, it's like I think that there always should be a certain amount of, you know, empathy and sympathy for what men go through. You know what I mean? And maybe not just always shut guys down.
Jen,
because
you're
I
a
notice-
career woman. If you got married tomorrow, would you be willing to never work again, be barefoot and pregnant, and just cook
Yeah.
and take care of your kids?
If my husband said,
I'm
you
taking
know
them
what,
back to
honey,
the wagon. These
you know-
wagon, these are wagon questions.
But listen, you're talking to, and my parents are immigrants, and I'm the child of immigrants. You know, so
And you
I'm
do
in-
give
and-
good snacks at
and
your house. I've been there before.
You've
You
been
take
to my
great
house.
care. You do
yeah,
good. It's
you
too
know
much.
What? And my pantry is always full, and I've always
and she
got
will
food at my
force
house.
feed
Me
you.
too.
That's why
Yeah.
they pick her up on the first date.
They come in for
Janet,
snacks.
Come in for snacks.
Do you
I
want
give
anything?
snacks away at my house,
Do you
too.
want anything?
Costco.
That's how you get them.
Yes.
Come in.
Jan is feeding some brothers in L.A. You
Go
gotta
to
get a
Jan's
first
house.
date.
Let me give you the address.
Jan's place.
Hello, welcome.
Anybody else on what
I
you would
can't
like
even
to see,
imagine
Bridget?
what it's like to be in a dating scene. What's
I
it
know.
like? What's it like, Raquel? Are you in it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Christy, are you? No, you married.
I'm booed up.
You're in it. You're
I'm
dealing
in
with
it, but you know what? I do enjoy it. But see, I'm very consistent and I'm very clear. The last guy that came over, I said, okay, pick me up. Please come in a car because I knew he had a truck too. He had a car and a truck, and so I was like,
I thought
please
you
come in
said
a.
bike.
No, he had
Do
a truck
not
and a
ride
car.
your bike
And I
over
said,
here. Why did
you
yeah,
want the
please
truck?
come in.
Well, hold
He had a
on.
bike too, and I was like, no,
she's
please
gonna have
come
this
in a
little
car.
cute dress on.
Yeah,
She
I'm wearing a
can't
cute little dress.
jump up in the-
I'm not gonna like hop. I'm 5'3".
You are so athletic. You live in the gym. Don't play. You can jump.
Yeah, but I want to
With
be
her
the little.
dress.
I want to be the little princess, and I want to wear my nice dress and my nice heels. And you know, you have to tell guys
You have
everything.
a list, don't you?
I No.
When we
It's
come
all
back,
up in
let's
here.
talk
I
about the
don't
list.
need a
Let's talk about the list.
She said,
It's all up in here,
no.
honey. I don't need to look at the list anymore. It's all memorized.
David Thomas text, and he said he doesn't know whether to get his computer or what the deal is, but he said it's a great show.
Thank you,
So
Dave.
Dave's online.
Thank you.
Tony Fontana is with us in the
What
chat
up,
room.
Tony?
Who else? Troy? No, wrong person. Okay. Anyway, we still have some more to talk about. It's time for us to do something fun.
Yeah.
Ready.
And
It's
when
all
we,
been fun.
so yeah, it's a
More
blast,
fun.
but it's about to even get. Keep your mic on, Chrissy.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna go to a
Trouble.
break, and we got to play the Mad Love game. We'll be right back.
Love Game. Here are Marla and Dave to explain how it works.
Dave usually does this, but this is the Marla and Dave. This is the Mad Love game created by Dave and myself. This game has one die. The instructions are these are actual relationship questions. This is our real game we've made. The directions you'll find inside your own Mad Love game that you'll purchase right there in the Mad merch store. On the die, you've got 3 categories. There's really 4. There's sex, finance, and communication. And there's lose a turn. There's also the Mad logo. If the die lands on the Mad logo, you get to choose the category. Each one of these questions have been officially researched through the PEW Research Center. And there's always an extra discussion question following the answer to the question on the card. So I'm going to ask Jan, because all the rest of you guys are fake single people. Jan's the only one who's out there, you know.
It's just fake single people.
You're all booed up, as Chrissy Love said.
Yeah, well, when you live with somebody and you
roll it, roll it. What is that? It's a logo. So you can choose You can choose sex, communication, or finance. Pick a card, a category.
So the question would be.
It's on the card. I'm going to pull a card from any one of those categories. The categories are.
Let's go. Let's start with something juicy. Sex.
All right.
Yeah.
Sex it is.
It's like the Love Boat
This'll be-
music.
I
know,
This will be perfect for this crew. Ladies, how many erections does the average man have in one day?
7,000.
Yeah.
I mean, Layla is hanging out at a preschool. You're scaring me.
Jermaine Simp and all that.
No.
I know he's corn-fed, but good golly almighty.
He's from Nebraska, you know.
I don't.
The number's got to be high.
It does have to
But
be.
you know
I
what?
don't know.
I would
Look how
say
he's
like
looking.
between 15,
Producers
15
like-
to 25.
No, not
15 to
15,
25.
no.
What age are we talking about?
Yeah, we can
that's
ask
what's
Jarvis
important.
his personal experience, and then we could go for averages after
Jarvis,
that. He's
he
either at the
wants
bottom or
nothing
the
to do
top.
with us.
So
wants
what's the
nothing.
age? What age group are we talking about here?
It's an average of a grown man. We're
40?
not talking about kids.
So 7.
You know what? They interviewed 100
Men.
men.
What kind of health
between
is
the
he in?
ages of 25 and 45.
Oh, 40 or 25 and 67. I don't know what the demographic. I don't
Wait
know.
a minute. Did we say erections?
Erections.
7.
I mean, the wind could blow.
I'm going to call it 12 or 3.
7.
Are you going to say 7? What's the answer?
The answer is that the average man, first of all, the closest person without going over would be the winner and get the point, which would be Miss Hathaway. Two-time Grammy Award-winning
7,000?
Layla Hathaway.
No.
7,000?
It's 11.
3. Yeah,
She
so-
said 7. So
Okay.
it's so. Oh, you said 12.
She said
Yeah.
12.
The average man has 11 erections per day. So, what are the 3 most common situations when a man will get an erection?
Waking up, going to sleep, and breathing.
That's about right. That's about right. Yeah.
Waking up is definitely
On the
one.
exhale.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Seeing
Well,
some-
this is just a discussion
Seeing some
question,
good
so you can
booty?
whatever you think.
Yeah, I mean,
Men are
a nice
visual.
attractive woman
Visual,
walks
yeah.
by.
Yeah, I think when they wake up, what's the wake up thing all about? Is it
I
just
don't
the-
know. I think it's something to
wait,
do with
why is
having
he
to use the
bowing his
bathroom
head?
also.
Yeah, I think
Bowing
so.
his
Jarvis,
head.
what happens? What is the wake up thing? Okay.
Jarvis said he doesn't know.
Hi,
Jarvis,
Patsy.
oh,
Hi,
Jarvis
Patsy Moon.
knows.
Jarvis said my mic is muted.
Mute my mic.
Apparently, there's little I know about men, including where my husband is, because he's not in Australia.
I'm gonna need you to get your life, Mark. He's like, I'm in Compton.
I said, somebody said, I look it up here and I see a comment that says, I heard Marla try and say that, and I tried to keep her from saying Australia, shaking my head vigorously. Dave is in somewhere USA.
Shush.
He's not even.
I
out
don't
of the
even know.
country.
I think he might be home. I think Dave's at home. I made a mistake. Dave's at home. Anyway, so that is the Mad Love Game. You can get your own Mad Love Game, again, right on the www.marlaanddave.com. Just go to Mad Merch. And it's a very fun game to play with your friends and
when drinking.
Very informative
Yeah,
question. I'll pull one more. I'm gonna ask one more sex question.
Okay.
Which sexual? No, we did that one. Nope.
You're gonna have
Ask
done
a
them all.
communication
No. But for
question.
you guys, nope. You get another sex one. Nope. More sex for you, Jan.
Go to communication.
Outside of the bedroom, what is the next most popular place to have sex?
In the bar. I'm gonna say in the butt, Bob.
And on that note,
Take a break.
we're gonna end the Marla and Love game, the Marla and Dave Love game.
butt, Bob.
We'll be back with more show.
Oh God.
Never do anything without thinking about it first.
Marla is a feeler.
I basically wear my personality on my sleeve.
But when Marla and Dave get together, it's like a match dancing with a firecracker. This is the Marla and Dave radio show on the Universal Broadcast Network.
All right. I want to come back with the question that we just talked about before we left. What was it? Go.
In the butt, Bob?
Not in the butt, Bob. No one should be.
Okay. I want to say the kitchen. I don't know why I think it's the kitchen.
No, not the Mad Love game. The kitchen?
Oh wait, what are we talking about? what's
Jan, you got snacks in the kitchen. Now you're having sex in the kitchen.
No, because that's where
Jan's
the
house
snacks
is
are.
popular.
Jan,
Everything happens in the kitchen.
traditional.
I see that.
And her address is posted online.
No,
Sorry, I got
no.
confused. Go ahead.
It's all good. And let me say right quick, the poll question which we mentioned last week, is adultery an unforgivable offense? Yes or no? I'm going to give you those results. It's yes, hashtag no second chances, or no, it's better to forgive. This week, what you'll find on the front of our website is gender equality a realistic expectation? Can there ever be equality? Yes or no? And so that's what's on the poll question. Cast your vote at www.marlaanddave.com. Relationships, feminine image, where are we going with this whole thing, ladies? And I want each of you to, when we talk about the generation gap, it's always important for me to find out, to share our experiences, which is what, the Marla and Dave show really is. It's just a transparent share. And I want to start with Layla and go around the room and just find out if you could leave a lesson to the younger generation of women coming up. What would be the most important lesson that you could impart?
That's a good question. Very good question. I will try to say, if I could tell my younger self something, I would tell me to be honest with myself, because I think a lot of times women, I think we're socialized to say yes, and we're socialized to be run by the committee at times, and sometimes we know what we want, and that's intuition, and we don't follow it. So I would tell young women to, no matter what you project outward, be honest with yourself when you walk into any situation.
Rock?
I thought it had to do with relationships.
We're
talking
about
anything. Okay,
anything.
Well, what I would say to these people out here nowadays is spend time, actual FaceTime with someone. I mean, one of my pet peeves, you had asked about that, is when you go in a restaurant and you see everyone is on their phone. It's just annoying. Or the fact that I've seen people like text for weeks before they actually meet. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
so just spend actual time with no phones.
Yeah, like the old days, the real
Yeah,
thing.
because that's, and it's not about being old days. It's really just getting to know people,
Yeah.
being able to observe
Not
and
being
all
so
of that.
impersonal.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. I would say, ladies, raise your standards. Because if you don't, carry yourself like you're worthy of praise and you're not the prize, then what man is going to treat you like you are and look at you like you're the prize and go after you like you're deserved to be sought after? So I just say, up that bar, ladies. You deserve it. Just don't take scraps, because the ratio of men to women it's a huge gap there. It's hard out here. I'm actually glad I'm not single.
He's like, it's hard.
I think I'm going to say pretty much the same thing that the other ladies have said so far. But for me, I've learned, because I am dating, it's the one thing that I've learned for myself is just because someone desires you doesn't mean they respect you or value you. So I've really come to say, you know what, I'm going to respect myself. And so going into any situation, and it doesn't change from guy to guy. It's I have a set of standards that I always hold for myself. And, I don't need 20 or 30 guys chasing after me, because there's some girls out there that are like, ooh, all the guys want me. And I'm like, honey, low prices always attract a lot of customers.
Ooh.
Like,
Right.
value yourself.
Raise your value.
That's
value
a
yourself.
read.
It's it's
Trash
not
recycle.
about it's not about how many guys are chasing after you at any given time,
Quality.
because it's about the quality.
Not the quantity.
Respect yourself. Stop counting how many guys are trying to call you every single day, and focus on the one good guy that's going to respect you and value you.
Or 3.
Until you're able to narrow it down to just the
Oh
one.
my goodness. Well, I think that the one thing that I would impart on the next generation would be really piggyback on everybody. Know yourself. Spend the time to learn who you are before you start giving away who you are to other people, even in love. And the other thing that's interesting, I was having this conversation earlier with Sam, the guy I'm working with as a trainer, and he's very, comes from a traditional background. Parents are from Guyana. I mess everything up. Anyway, the bottom line is
Probably from Georgia.
Inglewood.
Yeah, that's funny.
The bottom line is my views even on marriage have changed. And now I really do believe, and this is going to be a shocking statement, don't try to text me later, that marriage is, to me, the purpose of marriage is to create unity and continuity for families. Because I can be in love and be committed, and I don't need the legality of a piece of paper. And so I think that has changed for me, because my concepts and ideas were my parents' ideas, which is why I say get to know yourself. So when I really consider that, and we were talking about actually my relationship with Dave, and I was saying, the big thing for me is the best friendship. Being my best friend, that I would like to have forever, and it doesn't have to do with a piece of paper and saying I'm your wife, which I believe marriage has become way more about ownership. You don't need to possess me, and I don't need to possess you. We don't need to possess each other. And I said nobody does it with their friends. I accept you for who you are. Nobody comes in and says, "Oh, look, you got to sign this contract to say that you're going to be Christy and you're going to be Jan and you're going to be Rocky." We just accept you are you, and I receive that in its honesty and in its gift, and we go through the years based on our choice.
Right.
So that's what I would say. I would say, really get in touch with that before you make a decision that, like having a baby at 2 and then getting married at 7.
That had to be hard.
And becoming a grandmother at 12. I'm 12.
Coming to meet you.
Anyway, so that's it. And so when we do that, I think that's when we come back to what message we're going to send men, because there's room to be a nurturer.
Yeah.
You just have to know who you are.
Yeah.
You don't want to kick out the whole thing. We are women because we're made to be women.
Yeah.
And so, just do that responsibly, and you can't be responsible until you're responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
This show always goes so fast.
It does. I'm like,
Wow.
we just got here.
It's
Barely.
terrible.
Okay. What do you mean?
It goes away so quick. It goes so fast.
Yeah,
And
I just
Layla,
sat
I have to
down.
say this
Just
too.
go so
I have a
fast.
special thanks to you, because I know you're exhausted.
I am.
You even
Can
said
tell?
it. You told me you were like I'm tired, but she still agreed to come, and
She's a friend.
I wanted to come
I was
see
just
all my
gonna
friends.
say, I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate all of the relationships in this room and my friendships for sure. And this is to me what makes my life extra special and extra rich. So when I look out and I feel like, oh, this is
Don't
awesome.
cry, Raquel.
Thanks for having me.
Born in
No,
July.
I've been begging and begging, and
Yeah.
even though you had my mic muted half the time.
Next week I've opened up the MaD House. We're gonna bring in several fitness professionals, including a nutritionist.
I won't be here.
And we can
My mic will be off. That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna lock Christy out of the studio. Because
The fat people. Are you calling that person has to be on the other side of the fitness door?
No, you.
That's my life right now.
The other side of the glass with a
Fitness
donut.
is just so close. It's on the other side of the door. Just there, I can see it. Open.
Next week it is time for us to talk fitness. You won't want to miss it. We'll be getting into the challenge.
Woo!
And I really would like, there's gonna be several different formats represented, because what floats one person's boat that does not always float the next. Jan, you're out of control with the fitness thing. Right quick.
I love it.
I can tell
You do
Jan's perky.
Zumba. You do.
Oh, first and foremost, don't even talk about Zumba. I am a Zumba pro. I'm really, really thinking about
I am
becoming a
not.
Zumba
Me too,
instructor.
'cause I have that
I'm
taste.
thinking about just kind of going.
She's out of
with
control,
it.
and she.
I
do,
learned
like,
the
the cardio
shimmy
bar
shake.
and
I
all
learned the
that
booty
stuff?
shake.
Jan, do you spin?
I spin, and I just did my first 10K. So now I'm all about running. So that's my
Make me look bad
latest
over here.
passion right now. So 4 times
Jen,
a
how
week
do you
I
have-
run about 3
how do you have
miles.
Time to be in the kitchen with all the stuff in the kitchen and
The
do
snacks
you run
that
around
they pick
the-
her up.
Does she do a 5K from the
Around my
pantry to the
kitchen.
stove?
Exactly. Climbing the stairs, climbing back down the stairs. That's the workout right there. So I can eat.
That's hilarious. Well, thank you, ladies, for showing up
Thank you.
in the
Thank
Madhouse. I'm sure you left a lot of good information. www.marlandave.com. Where can you find everybody right quick?
Layla Hathaway, everywhere. Not Lala.
Not Lala.
What's up, Rock?
Mute my mic.
Bang, bang, pretty tang.
Where can you, on
I'm
social
anonymous.
network at all?
Oh, yeah. It's Jan Shiva on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's Jan Shiva.
Until next week, it's been a mad world, and we're always here to talk about it. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Y'all harmonize.